Hey guys, welcome to Play the Game. Today I'm bringing you a Cardfight Vanguard Premium deck profile for the Melissa deck out build. Now, I'm going to start off with the grade zeros and then go off from there. So, let's get right into it. Starting off with the grade zeros, we got your starter here. We run 3 copies of Feather of Leather Lading. It's a Forerunner Act Rearguard GB1. Put this into your soul. Choose one of your Vanguards, and until end of turn, it gets auto Vanguard red text once a turn. When your card not named Feather of Leather Lading is put into the drop zone from your soul, call that card to rearguard. So it's a nice superior call for when you soul blast. This is part of the Holy Trinity. This is how you make your Cumin Melissa spam, which is part of the Holy Trinity. So this is card 1 in the Holy Trinity. As for the grade 1s in the build, we start off with the next piece in the Holy Trinity. We got 4 copies of Witch of Cats Cumin. It's auto rearguard. When placed, counterblast 1 and rest this unit. Return one of your stand rearguards to your hand, or put a card from your drop zone into soul. So this is really good to bounce back your Melissas, which is the next piece in the Trinity. Or if you're playing normally against decks that do not have like board presence, then you do have Himiko to fall back on, so this is how you can feel Himiko. This is a very important piece. With the addition of Lading, it's basically you have 7 copies of Cumin, because this now becomes a ride and soul charge target thanks to Lading. For the next piece in the Holy Trinity, the final piece, we run 4 copies of Witch Frog's Melissa. When placed from hand, Soul Blast 3, your opponent looks at the same number of cards from the top of his or her deck as the number of his or her rearguards, calls them to rearguards with units, and shuffles the deck. Your opponent's on-call abilities do not activate from this call. So this is how you deck out your opponent. Even though the cost can be kind of heavy, you do have other cards to feel it. But because you have the Holy Trinity to back you up, you can always have 1 copy of Melissa per game. As long as you see 1, you'll be fine. You can use Cumins to bounce the same copy back to hand. Or if the Cumins are in soul, you can use Lading to bounce Cumin back from the soul and to bounce Melissa. So you can keep spamming this. As long as you see 1, you'll start doing the deck out strategy. But if you do happen to have multiple copies of Melissa or Cumins, you can just keep going off and off. For the final grade 1 in the main deck, we run 3 copies of Witch of Orange's Valencia. This is the best first ride target or soul charge target. So when this unit is put into the drop zone from your soul, if you have a Genesis Vanguard, you can soul charge 2. So this is how you start paying for your costs. There are cards like Mihikari Hime from the V series that reduce costs, but I think it's just easier if you have targets that just keep refilling your soul constantly instead of just like a one-time use. On to the grade 2s, we have 2 copies of Witch of Grapes Grappa, same as Valencia, just the grade 2 version. Auto, when this card is put into drop zone from your soul, if you have a Genesis Vanguard, you may soul charge 2. So this is also a good second turn ride target, and then it fuels your resources. For the next grade 2, we have 4 copies of Strongbow the Starry Knight Ulysses. It's an auto rearguard. At the end of the battle that attacked a Vanguard, soul charge this unit, and then draw a card and soul charge 1. So on top of being able to attack a Vanguard, it disappears off the field, so it won't become a retire, bind, delete. Anything else that targets the rearguard circle gets them off the field or return deck. It'll just disappear into your soul. It'll fuel your soul. It's basically a soul charge 2, so it's also like Grappa and Valencia, except you get a draw off it. So this is how you start drawing into your the Holy Trinity, but it's also to fuel your resources as well. For the next grade 2, we run 2 copies of Goddess of Karmic Wind Ningo. It's Revelation Vanguard Rearguard. Check the top card when placed from on the field. Then you can either put that card into the soul or leave it on top of the deck. If you put that card into the soul, rest the unit. And then its second ability is a Vanguard Rearguard Continuous. If a card was not put into your soul during this turn due to card effects, this unit cannot attack a Vanguard. So that doesn't mean you can't attack at all, but you can still attack a rearguard with this. But preferably, if this ever becomes like a second turn right target, you want to be soul charging so that you can at least drive check, right? It's just a nice +1. There are other cards that you can use, but I feel that that's the most appropriate. It gives me a nice extra soul or deck knowledge. For the next grade 2, you're on 2 copies of Battle Maiden Saho Hime. Yeah, 1 place, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 2, draw 2 cards, put a card from your hand into Soul, and increase this unit's power by the shield value of the card that you put into Soul until end of turn. So not only is this a good target for lading as well, if you're going into your Himiko plays, you can also use this to draw into your Holy Trinity if you need to, or you can use it to like activate your Valencias or your Grappas. It just helps you like accelerate a bit, and on top of that, it gets a nice power boost. At the minimum, you'd probably be getting 5,000, so it'd be a 14 beater. But we do have like 15k shield and 20k shields on top of that. So if you need the extra power boost, you could hit for 29 at the most. And then that's it for the grade 2s. On to the grade 3s. Here we have Oracle Queen Himiko. This is your main Vanguard and backup like strat for the deck. It's Force, act on Vanguard once per turn. Soul Blast 5, put a critical or draw trigger from your soul to the bottom of the deck, and that trigger effect activates once for each grade of your opponent's Vanguard. So for instance, let's say your opponent's Vanguard is also a grade 3. If you activate this ability, then you can give 10, 10, 10 anywhere on the board, or either draw, 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 or crit, crit, crit anywhere on the board. So do be wary, because the critical or draw cannot be included into the cost of the card. So in total, you will need 6 soul in order to resolve this effect. So do be wary about that. For the next grade 3, it's also a force unit. We have Eternal Goddess Iwanaga Hime. Act on Vanguard Rearguard. Once per turn. Soul Blast 3. Draw a card. Put a card from your hand into your soul. And increase this unit's power by 2 times the amount of the shield value that was put into the soul until end of turn. So this is just the grade 3 version of Saho Hime, except you get multiples of 2. So instead, when you soul charge a card, let's say you soul charge a critical trigger with 15,000 shield, instead of it being plus 15,000, it's plus 30 because you multiply by 2. So just by itself, it could potentially be like 43, or if you have a heal trigger, that's 20 shield value. So you give this plus 40, you could hit 53 by itself. On top of that, you get the draw card, which is really nice. Helps you feel for Himiko plays as well. For the final grade 3, we run 3 copies of Goddess of the Milky Way Playon. This is a vanilla 13k. Not really vanilla, but like just stats wise. Auto Vanguard on Rearguard. When placed, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck. Put 1 card from among them into your soul, and put 2 cards from among them on top of your deck in any order. So on top of it being Soul Charge 1, you get deck knowledge and you get the stack. This is like 3 cards in 1. It's really good. So this helps you feel like in case you check top 3, you can Soul Charge like a Grape or a Valencia, or even a Cumin if you need to, and set up draw triggers if you need. Anything like that. As for the trigger lineup, very standard. Mostly V-Series trigger, except for 1. We're on 4 Witch of Pot's Lawyer, V-Series. Heal trigger. Then we run 4 copies of Goddess of Self-Sacrifice, Kushinada. Sentinel, you can only have 4 Sentinel on the deck. And then auto, rearguard when placed, discard a card from your hand. And one of your units cannot be hit until the end of the battle. 1 vanilla draw trigger from the V-Series. Talisman Angel. 4 V-Series critical triggers, Battle Maiden Kukuri Hime. And last but not least, the lifeline of the deck, 4 Dreaming Dragon. Now it's a stand trigger, 5k power. Auto on Rearguard, GB1. Put this unit on top of your deck. At the end of your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, return all cards from your drop zone to your deck and shuffle your deck. Then if 10 or more cards are sent back, draw a card. So this draw is mandatory if you do send 10 or more back, so be careful about that. But this is basically in case like you go through the deck so fast that you do need to send back triggers sometimes, any pieces of the Holy Trinity, or just Melissas, just to get the draw, like a miracle draw. But this is mainly so that you don't die. Finally, for the extra deck, we run 4 copies of Imaginary Give Force, places on a Vanguard or Rearguard when acquired, and then the unit on this marker will get plus 10,000. So this is stackable, and you only need to see this once or twice per game, but like it does happen. For the grade 4 units of the extra deck, we run 2 copies of Ultimate Regalia of Crimson Muspel. Act Vanguard once a turn, choose a face down card from your G-Zone, flip it. Soul Blast any number of cards, choose one of your rearguards for each card Soul Blasted, and they get 4,000 until end of turn. If you Soul Blast 3 or more cards, draw a card or countercharge. So I mainly only use this to draw into my combo pieces, but if you, in the odd chance that you do need counterblast, then this is also an option for you like late game. But it's mainly there just so you can draw. For the next grade 4, we run 2 copies of Beast Slayer Military Deity Tier. Act Vanguard once turn, Soul Blast 3, look at the top card of your deck. Put it on the top or bottom of your deck until the end of the turn. This unit gets red text. Auto Vanguard, when your drive check reveals a grade 1 or greater, you may Soul Charge 3. So this is a very important card because it fills your resources real quickly. So at the most you Soul Charge 9, and hopefully you get your combo pieces like your Cumin inside the Soul, or your Valencias and Grapes. For the next grade 4, run 1 copy of Great Angel Doombrace. Very generic stride as well. Act Vanguard once per turn, Soul Blast 3, choose up to 2 of your rearguards, they get plus 5,000 until end of turn. And if the number of cards in your soul is 2 or less, Soul Charge 3. So as long as you have 3, 4, or 5 souls, this becomes like a free plus 5,000, and you get to filter out the soul. That's all. And for the next grade 4 of the deck, run 4 copies of Mythical Destroyer Beast Vanargander. Auto Vanguard GB2, Soul Blast 6, and choose a face down card, name this card, and flip it face up. So it's a Persona flip. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, until end of turn, this unit gets red text. At the beginning of your drive step, look at 4 cards from the top of your deck, search for up to 4 cards from among them, put them on top of your deck in any order, and put the rest on the bottom in any order. So the way this card works is you declare attack first. Your opponent then has to guard. Then after the guard step is over, you can do the ability to resolve. So you check the top 4, stack them the way you want. So this is really nice because your opponent cannot calculate for trigger units that you place on top of the deck. On top of that, you can filter out your soul to get your triggers out so that you can Dreaming Dragon them back into the deck so that you can keep triggering. Pretty simple use as long as you go in order. Last but not least, we got the Auto Vanguard GB8 card. Goddess of Settlement Pallas Athena. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can Soul Blast any number of cards, and all of your rearguards get plus 2,000 until end of turn for each card Soul Blasted. If you Soul Blast 3 or more cards, this unit gets plus 10,000 critical until end of turn. So this is a nice, like, extremely late game finisher. I doubt you'll get to GB8, but this can happen once in a while. As for the G-Guards, run 1 copy of Ultimate Regalia of Affection Air. It's a generic G-Guard, even though it's Regalia. When this places on Guardian, choose up to 4 cards from your drop zone with different grades. Put them into your soul. If you put 2 or more cards until end of battle, this unit will get 5,000 shield value. And then if you put 4 or more cards, this will get 10,000. So in total, you can get a 15,000 extra shield added to this card's value. But they must be different grades. So at the most, you can only do 5 and 10. So that's in the off chance that you do have the opportunity to soul charge 4 different grades. We run 2 copies of Witch Queen of Accomplishment Laureate as well, in case that you're not running into your Ladings, your Melissas, or you just need to like return deck because you're starting to run low, and in the off chance that you like either damage your Dreaming Dragons, they all got binded, retired, placed off the field, and you can't recover them, then this kind of stalls the game for a bit, allowing you to attack again. Auto GB1. Choose a face down G Guardian from your G zone and turn it face up. When this unit is placed on Guardian, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 2 or more, up to a total of 3. Normal cards with the same grade from your drop zone or soul. Return them to your deck, and this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of battle for each card returned. Then shuffle your deck. Sorry about the starting there. So this is the Saul basically, but it is a nice defense unit. Here's the last of the grade 4s, the G Guardians. Goddess of 7 Colors Iris. When this unit is placed on Guardian, choose up to 3 cards from your drop zone, put them into your soul. If 3 cards were put into the soul by this effect, this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of battle. So this is the main resource card. This helps you spam your grapes and oranges. Or if you need to get like your cumins from drop zone into soul, you can do it that way as well. That is it for the extra deck. Alright guys, really appreciate you sticking till the end there. That was the Holy Trinity deck out variant for Genesis. Use this as a guide to like make your own version of the build. Mine's probably going to get updated pretty soon anyways, but I'm really looking forward to seeing more like people getting decked out in the near future. So make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for future Cardfight Vanguard videos. I'm also going to upload some more board games in the near future, and I'll see you next time.